Hey, hello everyone. Thank you for joining us, Julie and myself, Angela, with the Matriarch, for a little intro session to our upcoming workshop, Between the Worlds Movement, Memoir, and the Mythic, Be Told. In this writing program, we'll use movement and somatic practices to cultivate even deeper intimacy with ourselves and the soulful beings we truly are so that we can bring forth the stories we carry in our blood and bones, in our history or lineage, in our dreams and longing to life. We'll use imaginative practices to open the pathways into the larger dimensions of who we are, our archetypal, cosmic, planetary, and ancestral selves. We'll integrate their strengths, wisdom, folly, beauty, and mystical qualities as elemental to our stories, shape-shifting our future and imagining our way forward. Through it all, we'll embody, improvise, and speak our way into a performance piece, into our own idiosyncratic sense of language, movement, and story. Welcome. I'm Angela Grillo, and I am one of the co-facilitators of this wonderful new program. A little bit about myself. I recently have launched Matriarch, which we are offering this program through. I am a dream reader. I have been working with dreams for a very long time, starting back when I was creating theater and developing performance art pieces. So my background is in acting and performance theater. This was just like such an amazing passage with Julie. I started working with Julie and collaborating with her a few years ago now. And this piece really developed out of her longing and her passion, but it managed to pull me in and bring back my joy and love of acting and theater. As a coach and developing workshops, I've been using a lot of practices that are very ritual like and performance like, but they became more personal and creative healing and spiritual journey. And being able to co facilitate this program with Julie has just offered me so much because I am able to bring back and reimagine my own gifts as a theater performance artist as well as director and guide. So we'll be using a lot of some of my old tools and new ones as well in this practice. So I hope that gives you a little bit about me. You're welcome to read my bio to learn more. And I want to introduce you to Julie Coren.
Thank you, Angela. That was so wonderful and delicious, and it made me want to take the class from you. And I'm so excited that we're doing it and teaching it together. Hello, everyone. It's really wonderful to be here with you. It's wonderful. I hope to meet you, and I'm excited about this class. And I just am going to tell you a little snippet about me. My background is as a frustrated short story writer. And I say that with humor and I say that with gratefulness because when I started writing, excuse me, I really started hitting up against my inner landscape. And so I had to do all kinds of things to help me write and to help me continue to write. And I learned how to listen very deeply to myself and to my through my writing. And when I did listen to myself, I tapped into my longing, and my longing led me to my body, and my body led me to the expressive arts, and the expressive arts led me to improvisational practices, and all these things led me back into story. And when we tell our stories through the body, through these different kinds of modalities, we have the potential to change the stories of our lives. And that's really what Angela and I have talked a lot about, and really what we want to offer you here in this workshop and in this program. So fasten your seatbelt, or maybe just, you know, ground and sit back for a few minutes, and we're just going to give you a bit of information to help you decide if you'd like to join us.
I'm really excited to offer this practice with you as well, and really hoping that some of you decide to join us. As Julie said, we're just going to discuss a few things with you. One, we're going to tell you a little bit about session one, the storyteller's body. And then we're going to give you a little peek into the overarching vision of the entire 9-month program with us. So, why memoir? Why movement? And why mythic, Julie?
Yeah, Angela and I have talked a lot about this, and trying to define the mythic is a big is kind of a big deal because it has a lot of nuance, it has a lot of different meanings. People talk about it in different ways. So, we're really just going to provide you with a lot of information about it and resources, and let you come to an understanding about it yourself. But what I want to say about how we're understanding the mythic is that the mythic level of life is really about soul. I'm reading my notes here because I get really confused. So, the mythic level about life is really about soul, the world soul and our soul, and the place where we meet. It's a place where we open to the imagination, and the imagination is a portal to the divine. It's a place where our stories can be both personal but also engage with the larger forces of life. And when we tell our stories in the frame of the personal and the larger forces of life, they have the potential to open us and create new possibilities for our lives.
Thank you, Julie. So I want to add another question here. Why is it important to be embodied through
Yeah.
this practice?
I'm sure many of you that are listening do have an embodiment practice or a movement practice. And just to make it really transparent, it's like when we are in our bodies, when we are embodied, we have so much more access to ourselves. We have access to more access to our feelings, more access to our imagination, more access to the intelligence of our systems, more capacity to connect with the divine, more of our history and our lineage, and just the sort of multi-dimensional capacities and knowings of who we truly are. So we're just bringing that all together in this work. Just quickly, memoir is really, um, it's really like a slice of life. And we're not telling our whole life story. We're just going to pick a moment or a certain part of our lives to explore and make meaning from that, and also sort of help us to understand perhaps something about ourselves, about why we're here, about what we have to offer, perhaps about our destiny, or perhaps something else that you will unfold. Because this is an exploratory process and it's a mysterious process. And right now, you don't have to know anything about where you might want to go or what you'll do. In fact, not knowing can really support you. So, but yes, just a slice of our lives is memoir.
Very exciting. I want to jump into some of the dates and details. So this session one is beginning on Saturday, July 13th. We meet every other Saturday with there's a little break at the end, and the sessions will be 3 hours long. So the dates are July 13th, July 27th, August 10th, August 24th. We're going to skip 2 weeks until September 14th, where we'll meet for an online half day retreat um, style workshop, because that will be for 5 hours on September 14th. Exciting. So, over these 6 weeks, what is included is you get a time to have one on one session with Julie or myself for 75 minutes. And you can choose whether you want to work directly creatively on this piece. It can be personal, it can be therapeutic, it can it can include a dream session with me if dreams are informing some of your work. A lot of dreams are a gateway to soul. So I'm pretty sure some of you, if not all of you, will be dreaming your way through it. Also included is 4 sessions over the 2 months of threshold classes with Julie. She holds that every Friday morning, weekly, and this is to support your work in between. And Julie will talk a little bit more about threshold in a second. Also included are going to be writing prompts in and out of class, readings, and resources. Like, Julie, do you want to talk briefly about threshold, that practice, and why it's important to the storyteller's body?
Sure. So, threshold is an embodied meditation practice. And in it, we are learning how to listen. Really, we are learning how to listen to the deeper layers and actually all the layers of who we are and what we're carrying. So, there are practices of sensation tracking. There will be some movement in it. It's an hour class. It's going to uh, build build up our capacity to listen. Most importantly, when you write and when you improvise, that kind of ability to be present and to sort of notice, sense, hear, feel. That's the kind of stuff that we're going to work on in threshold and build deeper intimacy with ourselves, um, build the capacity to be really loving and kind for whatever those internal voices are that sometimes shut us down. We're going to really work with those through somatic practices as well.
So we have had some questions about the committing to the full program, as well as what does performance and ritual look like. So for the first session, you do not have to commit. Whoop! Hi, kitty cat. You do not have to commit to the full program, but we are asking by the second session for a commitment, because we will embark on this 9 month journey together, which includes a retreat at the end. It culminates in this retreat where we will be able to be in the flesh with each other, witnessing one another, sharing these stories and this deep performative work that we've been building over the 9 months with each other. So we're not calling in all the people to come and watch us. It's for us to be able to share, and our words and our bodies and movement to be shared with each other. The retreat will be held in North Carolina at Aspire, which is a spiritual retreat center run by Leah Votro, one of our other matriarchs, a part of Matriarch. And so this is a key part of the program, to be with one another, to ritualize and perform our developed work at this point. And a lot of women have said, I this is the part I get afraid to share. I'm not a performer. I don't want to be on stage. And this is this is what we're working towards. You will have had 9 months to deepen, develop, work this practice, work on voice and vocals and grounding into being your full self And sure, there will be fear, but there will also be excitement. But we're hoping to, by that point, have built up the capacity to be with each other and share our stories.
During the workshop, we'll also have many opportunities for witnessing, for seeing and being seen, and really strong um, containers around being seen and seeing each other. So that support that will develop through the program, the relationship between everyone, will be really nourishing and healing. And the the witnessing, the feedback is um, very potent mirroring. There's not feedback around of a critical nature or an analytic nature. It's just not what we're going to be doing in this program. So just wanted to highlight the witnessing, and also want to say we did mention that there will be readings and there will be writing prompts and writing activities. And we'll do some of the writing prompts and activities in class, but there will be plenty outside of class for you to do. And it's up to you how much time and how much energy you want to put into these readings or these activities. One thing that I just want to say is that the more you immerse yourself in this work, the more you immerse yourself in the readings or the writing prompts, the more it's going to support you. Um, it's just that you'll be living and breathing it, and it'll be a very creative process. And we understand also that everybody has the whole rest of your life to be living too during this. So it's not, um, there's no, there's no looking over your shoulder. We just want to invite you to engage in a level that really feels supportive of you. Yeah, I think that's it, Angela.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. It's definitely an exploratory process. And we're ready and excited for it to begin. And so there will be a little bit links and things like that if you need more details. And also, please feel free to reach out to Julie or myself if you're concerned about dates, times, payments, etc. Okay. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope to hear from you soon.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody.